again and welcome to the channel. So today is gonna be a short, unedited, well maybe slightly edited, presentation video of another pipette. So that's what I wanted to show you today. I would like to present to you this one. So we just got about 2 weeks ago the pipettes. I am using them and I just wanted to show you what's in this box right here. Let me show you what is in the box. You have here probably some additional branding. You have here the manual of the pipette. You can see all of the models from the performance line. Fully autoclavable adjustable volume pipette. You do have here some info, of course, about the pipette. You do have how to pipette, reverse pipetting, and for pipetting, and so on. You do have here how to calibrate the pipette. I am going to show you that a bit later because I also like the way this the system of this pipette's calibration. And of course you do have here some disassembling instructions for maintenance. Again, this is pretty easy. I'm going to show you later. Of course, what's in the box again, it's the performance test certificate with some gravimetric data, QC pass, and whatever, because this is ISO 86552 compliant. Another thing that's in the box, you do have some tips for the larger pipette, of course. A silica gel. You do have some replacement filters, because this pipette also comes with some filters, and you do have some O-ring / gaskets, which are pretty solid. Also, you have some grease and this tool that you can use for maintenance purposes. Okay, without further ado, this is the pipette. Let me give you a short presentation of it. So this is the 0.1 to 1 milliliter volume micro pipette, color coded red. For some reason, I'm usually used to blue for this volume. You have here the pipette. You see the filter in the tip right there. This, of course, you would use for overflow protection. It happened to me many times when I pipette, viscous substances or even ethanol for the substance to get into the cone. You do have the tip ejector, of course. You do have the display window, which is a four letter display, and you do have a key which you use to lock and unlock the volume setting. Of course, you can use this one-handed. I really like this. Just set it to the volume you would like, let's say 800, and then you lock it in place, and now you cannot change the volume anymore. For the calibration itself, this uses a pretty ingenious system, to be totally honest. So you do not need a tool to calibrate this. So once you do the measurements, with water 10 times and so on, there's plenty of videos out there showing you how to calibrate the pipette. What you would do, I don't know if you can see this tiny button right here, just above the lock printing. What you would need to do is just press this button with your fingernail or another tool actually, and you would just slide this down, all the way down, and then it says cal. What you would do right now is just fix the volume. I'm not going to do that because the pipette is already calibrated, of course, and once you are done, you can just release this and it will instantly snap into the lock position. So yeah, how cool is that? I like this very much. Presentation wise, I don't think there's much to tell you. As you can see, this is a pretty standard micro pipette. However, review-wise and opinion-wise, let me tell you what's my opinion. As you can see, I have some experience with plenty of pipettes. Eppendorf Research Plus brand, GmbH. We did give that in a giveaway like a couple of weeks ago. Bioheat type pipettes, Gilsons, and so on. And of course my precious Socorex 826 and 825 pipettes, which I do like. They are Swiss made. Well, this is made in China. However, when I first got the pipette in hand, let me just show you the other models also, because I told you I have been using them for a week and I don't know, half or something like that. These are of course these 10 to 100 and the 0.5 to 10 microliters. This also has the metal tip cone, you know, the smaller volumes. So for a pipette in this price range to see a metal tip cone, it's pretty rare in my opinion. Also, check out the sounds. This is the lock unlock lever. So basically this is a fidget toy, and the sound of the volume adjustment. I mean, this is really smooth, you know. Usually you get this in pipettes that cost, I don't know, 3 or 4 times as much. You know, I'm looking at you, Eppendorf Research Plus. Another thing that I noticed when I first got it in hand, this pipette is extremely light. So this is light. However, this is not a hard plastic as you would get in cheap pipettes. No, it shows that they really put some thought into this. And of course, the pipette is marketed as being UV resistant, corrosion resistant, and so on. So I do think they are using premium plastics right here, because the plastic it's kind of it has a kind of a rubbery feeling. So it's not slippery, not the kind of, you know, hard plastic that you would find on some pipettes. No, this is extremely well made, especially for the price. I mean, I would not bat an eye if this pipette cost like 2 or 3 times more, to be totally honest. Of course, the disadvantage is that, you know, you have 4E's scientific, so it does not say Eppendorf or Gilson or some other brand, but these are new on the market. How long will they hold out? I have no idea, because they are so new. But, you know, from the feeling I got, I think that these will last. And another thing, disassembling the pipette is extremely easy, you know, so you see that they thought about that also. Well, what you would do is, of course, pull down the ejector cone. You just pull it down, and here you would have a part that unscrews. Here in the pipette you would have the piston, which is a metal one. This is so smooth though. Check it out. And in this part, I'm not gonna do this right here, I'll post an image. You would just put a tool between these two holes right here. You would just pull out the plastic holder, and then the metal piston, you know, it will you can remove the piston and of course grease it, and you know, replace the O-rings and whatnot. After that, you can easily assemble it again, just screwing this in. After cleaning, and this clicks into place, and again you have a perfectly functioning pipette. These are also fully autoclavable, so that's also nice for this price range, and it's pretty nice in general. So my final thoughts about you know, about these pipettes. So these pipettes are a winner in my opinion. These are the ones that I will be using from now on. Of course, they are set. I will be using them also because we do sell them in Romania. If you don't live in Romania, you can just check them out. They have a US website also, so 4E Scientific US, and these are listed at about 80 something, 85 euros if US dollars if I'm not mistaken. So really for this price, I really do think you should give them a try. So this is absolutely no-brainer for students and labs that don't want to spend, you know, an arm and a leg on pipettes. So yeah, we will be using this. Of course, we will be promoting this because I have been waiting for a pipette this good to fall into our hands for some times. Final thought. Okay, if you were to give me an Eppendorf and let me choose between this and an Eppendorf Research Plus, I would choose the Eppendorf Research Plus because it's the Eppendorf Research Plus, right? But if you would, you know, let me choose between two of these and one Eppendorf Research Plus, that would be an absolutely no-brainer. I would choose two of this anytime. They feel good in the hands, they pipette really well, they feel solid, no creaking, no, yeah, no, they're not flimsy. So yeah, I think these are a winner. Of course, I will keep you posted on what will happen to them. I dropped this one on the floor, to be totally honest. It works pretty good because, yeah, for 1 week I have been just playing with it non-stop. Yeah, over-caffeinated lab geek, I would presume. This has been a short presentation of the pipette. Let me just show you how they hold a tip. I'll get the red one. Not much force required. The tip is very, yeah, it's proper. It properly sits there in the pipette. So, okay, if you live in Romania and are interested to try one of these, of course, give us a call. We'll come to you and you know, make a demo. Maybe even leave the pipette with you for a week or something like that. And if you live in other parts of the world, yeah, check them out because I really do think these are worth it, especially for the price. I mean, it's a no-brainer for the price they're selling these at. Now, thank you for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you did have one of these pipettes in hand, please post it in the comment and tell us your opinions. And yeah, please subscribe as this helps the channel a lot. And of course, we will have some more how-to videos in the future coming up.